Hi, I'm Sanyin Siang, and I'm the Executive Director for Duke University's Fuqua Coach K Center on Leadership and Ethics. I'm also the author of the launch book, and welcome to this episode of the Healthy Hustle. I was in my freshman year at Duke University, and I think what was going through my head was fear and uncertainty. As you know, the first year in college or in a new environment can be exciting because you're dealing with so many unknowns, you're meeting new people, but it can also be intimidating. I had an idea at that time that I was going to be a doctor, and I was already going to be an engineering major, so I eventually graduated as a biomedical engineer, but I don't think I had a great sense of self. Whatever was in my mind at that time was probably more linear than what my life turned out to be. I was working in labs during my summers, interning in labs and working on scientific research papers, all preparing for that career in being a physician and becoming a physician. However, what I didn't realize was, what does it actually mean to be a physician? I knew I wanted to help people, but the actual practice of being a physician and what's required, I don't think I had a great sense of that, right? And I chose pre-med for that, helping people, and I loved the sciences, and so I thought the intersection of those two, naturally, that was a path to go. And I think I would have continued on merrily on that path were it not for a major failure. My junior year in college, I got grades that precluded me, that I know would take me off the running for applying to medical school. I'm looking all around me, and everyone around me seemed so sure of where they were going and what their next play was. And here I was, the plans I laid out, I don't think would have been a possibility. I didn't even apply to medical school. However, what happened that year, after I graduated, was I did go to Honduras on a medical missions trip. And in that 1 week, started becoming fascinated with the questions around, well, the physician-patient power dynamics, and how much good are we actually doing, in terms of long-term care and short-term care. And so I went up to DC, and I interned with, after that year, I went up to DC, and I interned with Tom Beecham, who is widely known and regarded as the father of biomedical ethics. From there, I went on to the American Association for the Advancement of Science, still thinking I would do something in the sciences, but now looking at the intersection of science, ethics, policy, and law. And so as you see, my life was taking these very unexpected turns, and these were roles and jobs I didn't even realize were options, or that was in the scope of my imagination. Applied and got accepted to Georgetown Law because I was working in DC at that time, and a chance conversation with a stranger on the bus led me to think more seriously about business school. And the first business school and only business school I applied to was the one at my alma mater, this place, the Fuqua School of Business. And what was exciting about that is, as soon as I read about the program, I was in its first class, I knew it was a program for me because it would have 100 students from 27 different countries, so it was international and global. And I could see, this was back in 2000, I could see where the world was going given my role in the sciences, that the idea of the ability to build virtual teams and that quick trust would be critical. And so this became my learning ground for that. When it was time to graduate, there was a CRM center, customer relationship management, which is a new field, relatively new field in 2002, and they needed a managing director. And so that opportunity came up and went for it. And then when they were starting up the Fuqua Coach K Center on Leadership and Ethics, I raised my hand again and went for it. And I think in each one of those experiences, what my previous experience, that turning point back in college, had taught me is you plan, but you only plan so much. There's only so much you can plan. You also have to be open to seeing opportunities that's all around you. So I recently wrote a book called The Launch Book, and there's a chapter in there called Planning for Luck. You know, planning for luck, and we have to plan for luck, and that's a big part of that is seeing and engaging and sometimes taking that leap.